Hey guys, tournament of rackets, Prestige Pro versus Yonex Percept 97D. Both have very similar specs. Percept slightly smaller head size, but it is isometric shape, so the forgiveness is quite similar. Nothing that should determine your decision of picking one above the other. Both rackets have similar wave distribution, similar performance, similar control, so which one you should pick? Let's find out. Oh, by the way guys, please subscribe. Click just, somewhere there, okay? Thanks. So let's start with the ground strokes. Percept 97D has a slightly higher swing wave, so this changes the feel of the swing quite a lot compared to the Prestige Pro. I feel like with the Percept 97D it is a bit easier to prepare your swing and then unload everything with what you got towards the ball. Prestige Pro is, yes, a bit easier to swing, but the swing is a bit less stable. So if you have a swing style kind of similar to Del Potro, then maybe Percept 97D could be it. Prestige Pros, however, because the swing wave is a bit lower, it is a bit easier to manipulate the head and accelerate. It enables to play with some tighter angles. While with the Percept 97D, I think it is shining on penetrating through the court, so maybe your aim is to play consistently deep. While with the Prestige Pro, it is a bit easier to cut the court and try to open up the game. And with both, you can play same game. It's not like one is just for this specific playstyle, but it is slightly easier to perform that way or the other with Percept 97D or Prestige Pro. So ground strokes, I would actually give it to the Percept 97D because it is easier to prepare your shot, execute your shot and play consistently deep. Yeah, maybe with a slightly smaller head size you get a bit more connection of, okay, how far my ball is gonna land. The smaller the head size usually gives you better feedback of what you're doing with the balls. Prestige Pro is known for its legendary feel, and I have to give it to the Prestige. The comfort is better. Percept 97D and Percept line in general has a slightly stiffer feel compared to the Prestige line. I prefer softer feel. Some might prefer stiffer feel, so yeah, it's subjective. But the more you play, yeah, it won't hurt to have more comfort, right? When it comes to volleys, I would say both are similarly good. 18-20 gives you a lot of feedback. Maybe with the Prestige Pro it is a bit easier to place the ball where you want. The connection is a bit better, but maybe with the Percept 97D it is a bit easier to block the ball since the swing wave of the racket is higher. Yeah, pros and cons, but both are really great on volleys. When it comes to serves, yeah, Percept 97D has a bit more power, so obviously it has an impact on every single shot, from ground strokes to serves, of course. So I have to give it to the Percept 97D. It is a bit easier to hit a better first serve with the Percept 97D. Control. So because, yeah, obviously, the bigger the power, the less control you have. So control has to go to the Prestige Pro. You have more feel, more connection, dwell time, pocketing, and everything adds up to the final control. And Prestige in general is one of the best rackets when it comes to control and feel, so it makes total sense. And Percept 97D kinda tries to catch both rackets at the same time. Prestige and Blade. It has wave distribution closer to the Prestige line, but maybe the performance closer to the Blade line. It kind of mixes both worlds, and yeah, it's quite exciting because I was a Prestige guy for a while, I was a Blade guy for a while. 2015, one of the best blades ever. When it comes to stability, I would say Percept 97D, because the swing wave is slightly bigger, is a bit more solid, but it adapts to the maneuverability. Percept 97D is definitely a bit harder to swing, so if your game is about racket acceleration, Prestige Pro could be better choice. Comfort. Percept in general is a bit stiffer than the Prestige line, and this changes the performance and can impact your shot making decisions. When it comes to topspin, I actually want to give it to the Prestige Pro, mainly because the pocketing and lower swing wave offers more spin in general. So with lower swing wave, your racket head speed goes up, and this almost always means more spin. With specific flex style and pocketing, the dwell time is a bit longer, so you have a bit more time to shape the ball. The ball stays on the strings a bit longer, so it kinda suits my swing. Also, because the power level is a bit lower with the Prestige, you kinda can allow yourself to unload with all you've got and get even more racket head speed and more spin. And lastly, when it comes to the slices, I would say both are really good, maybe not as good as I experienced with the Tecnifibre TF40 1820, but actually those three rackets and maybe the Blade 1820 are the best rackets for slices. I can't really say if I prefer the slices from the Prestige or Percept. I think with the Prestige the ball sometimes was shooting a bit higher. Slices with Percept 97D could be a bit more of a weapon. So which racket should go to the next round? Percept 97D or Prestige Pro? So like I said, if I had to summarize, I would say Prestige Pro is a bit better for those who prefer to grind and those who are maybe more analytical in their philosophy of tennis. Percept 97D shines in hands of players that want to dominate because it is a bit easier to penetrate through the court and play constantly deep. With Prestige Pro, you kinda lower the possibility of unforced error, so you can put more balls inside the court. It is a bit harder to attack with the Prestige Pro, but the recent Prestige Pro actually has improved in power, and something that bothered me with the Prestige 360 Plus MP was lack of power and forgiveness on those defensive shots. And with the current Auxetic 2.0, yeah, it is a bit easier to get out of those difficult situations. It takes a bit more energy to swing Percept 97D. So yeah, it is a bit easier to play deep and aggressive, but it also costs you a bit more. And there's also another factor to keep in mind. Percept and Yonex frames in general have quite specific handle shape and handle size. Interesting fact is that Tiafo, for example, plays with Yonex, but has a totally different handle shape, not a Yonex. It is custom made to his preference. Yeah, he just couldn't find the grip while playing with the stock Yonex handle. If you're coming from other brands, maybe it is worth considering. But if I had to pick one, I'm going with the Prestige Pro. The feel is closer to my preference. And my philosophy of tennis is more about limiting the unforced errors rather than creating this power and hitting those winners. So I am more actually like Medvedev rather than Del Potro, even though I love this gentle giant guy. I don't want to say that with Prestige Pro the racket felt flimsy, because it was definitely stable. Something with my technique, to be honest. But yeah, if I had to play a tournament, and sometimes it means 2 matches, 3 matches a day, then Prestige Pro seems like an easier racket to swing, and this can sometimes decide if I'm gonna win or lose the next round. But yeah, you need some power to get out of those difficult situations, kind of like, hey, stop harassing me, just leave me, okay? So finding this balance is actually quite difficult. So with 18-20 string patterns in general, it is a bit harder to create shape above the net. With Percept 97D, I felt like the launch angle is lower, even with some thinner strings. This connected with more power kinda meant like the speed of the game, of the exchange is really fast. Prestige Pro is for tacticians, and Percept 97D is for those who want to unload and seek winners. Prestige Pro, despite having similar problem, lack of tools, lack of different shapes that I can apply to the ball to find my opponent's weakness, still has it a bit better than the Percept 97D. When I tried to apply some shape, play a bit higher, sometimes I was losing the ball, and it went out, causing me an unforced error. So Prestige Pro goes to the next round. Guys, please subscribe if you can, it helps me grow, and let's see which racket will be next. Bye.